Colorado waited nearly 40 years for an answer of what happened to Jonelle Matthews. A jury could not agree today on whether prosecutors came to the right conclusion. Hung jury in the trial of her accused killer. Steve Pankey's defense team basically said that he was a weirdo, obsessed with the case and not a murderer. Prosecutors said after the mistrial that they were open to retrying the case. Jonelle went missing back in 1984 when she disappeared from her home in Greeley. Her remains weren't found until 2 years ago. Her face was one of the first shared across America in the 1980s through a simple idea that changed how investigators looked for missing children. Mark Salinger spoke with the woman who put missing kids on milk cartons.
The last pictures of Jonelle Matthews come from a choir concert in 1984. Then her name and face made it inside millions of homes across the country, printed on the side of milk cartons after she disappeared.
We know for sure that it created huge awareness.
Barbara Huggett works for the National Child Safety Council in Michigan. In the 80s, she was on the team tasked with getting the pictures of missing kids in front of as many eyes as possible, any way they could.
Milk cartons were a perfect vehicle to do this because every family virtually in the United States drank milk.
Jonelle's face was one of the first to be printed on milk cartons and sent to homes across the country, where people having their morning coffee or cereal would see it and hopefully come forward with information. President Ronald Reagan even mentioned her name in a meeting in 1985 after her case got national attention.
We were an organization seeking a way to get messaging out to the community about missing children. One of those ways was the side of milk cartons.
John Bischoff is with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, which helped run the milk carton program in the 80s.
The one thing we're looking for from the community is to look at our posters.
The group can reach millions of people with the click of a button now, regardless of if people drink milk. They helped with 30,000 cases last year, posting missing posters online and in stores across the country.
We're able to reach many more millions of people than we ever have been before.
Whether it's a milk carton or social media, the goal of bringing missing children like Jonelle home hasn't changed.
By being able to put them on the milk cartons fast, we could get the word out nationwide.
And the milk carton campaign only lasted a couple of years. One of the reasons for that is that people became too accustomed to seeing missing children posters and stopped paying any attention. You think of Amber Alerts now and how rare those are. The Colorado Bureau of Investigation tells me they only send out Amber Alerts for the most serious situations, Kyle, because they don't want people to become numb to them.
And that's kind of what happened with the milk cartons, so that strategy had to evolve.
Exactly. And from there, other ways of getting people to see what you needed to see back then in the 80s was sending out missing posters on the backs of utility bills, on electricity bills. They knew everybody had to open the bills and look at the mail, so they thought they'd take advantage of that as well.
And I still sometimes see them on like the coupon flyers you'll get sent to your house and places like that.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you, Mark.